Hello, Steve White, Steve R39. Well, Facebook, the big news story of the day. I spent the whole day basically working on a really tedious project in the heat, air conditioning. So I am tired and I totally missed the whole Facebook debacle thing. We've all known there were going to be problems, something was happening. People wanted money out of Facebook. Facebook, there seems to be some confusion. Facebook seems to think that the news sources, that the news needs Facebook. It's actually around the other way. Facebook needs the news because a lot of people go to Facebook for the news or rely on Facebook for the news. And I think this is ultimately a good thing. Basically, what's going to happen is people, instead of being lazy and getting their news from Facebook, half of which was from very questionable sources, mostly left-wing, sorry, not left-wing, right-wing, bad ones. So now people are actually going to have to go back to the old trusted websites and trusted news sources and the websites of the papers and the news channels and so forth. And I think this is a good thing. Now, there will probably be a drop-off of volume because a lot of people are just getting the news on Facebook in their feed, just having it fed to them without really thinking about it. Whereas now people actually have to go off Facebook, go onto the news and actually focus on the news, go there for a reason. I think this is ultimately a better thing. Some people are saying it's actually bad because these Facebook pages for all these different news groups and all that were getting a lot of hits, a lot of attention, a lot of views. But I think it'll be better now that it's actually their own websites that are now getting the views. I mean, they'll get the money, they'll get just any profit, any value from it, they will get solely. They won't have to share it with Facebook, they won't have to filter it through Facebook, they won't have to compete with Facebook's other news and fake news. So ultimately, I think it's going to be a good thing. I don't understand why people are so freaked out. Probably because I didn't get my news from Facebook. I usually watch YouTube videos from the actual channels, like Channel 9, Channel 7, Channel 10. In Australia, we have like 3 main commercial channels, and then ABC, SBS, which are the non-commercial channels like PBS, and I watch PBS as well, and NBC, CNN, sometimes the Young Turks. So I get my news through YouTube's, and if I need any more detail, I actually read an article. Unfortunately, this is apparently a lost art, and all people do is just get fed little tiny bit articles on their Facebook, and they don't actually go out and look for things. They don't actually choose what they want to read. They don't choose the news they want to look at or the news source it comes from. They just get fed whatever shows up on their news feed. So I think this is a good thing. I don't see why people are that upset. I get in the moment there's a transition. People have relied on getting a lot of traffic through the Facebook groups and all that. But I find it hilarious that Facebook thinks the news needs them. It's the other way around. And the news needs to understand this, otherwise they will have problems. Facebook needs them. People need them. They are the news. We want the news. We have to go to them. It's not around the other way. I think because Facebook was creating a lot of its own news, they got a bit confused about them being the creators of the news and therefore the owners of it, and other people should pay them to use it. I think that's the mentality that's happened here, which is a bit disturbing when you really think about it. But yeah, I had to talk about this. I saw it like 5 hours ago, but I just was determined to finish what I had to do. I just had to finish what I had to do. And I just kept powering on until it was done. And then it was like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, I need a break. And then I put YouTube on. It's like all the news articles are Facebook, Unfriends Australia, basically. And I'm like, oh, that's right. That happened. Do I have an opinion? And I had to think. I'm like, yeah, I do have an opinion. And I think people need to stop freaking out, relax, just pick their favourite reliable news sources, stick to them, give them your patronage and your attention and your money or your views or whatever you do. And I think ultimately it'll be better for the news services in Australia. I think the news has suffered because of Facebook and online social media sources and that, I think it will actually benefit from this. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, maybe even ding the little bell. It does actually help. And I'm going to go research a few things because I want to do some articles. I want to do a couple of videos on some things. I need to read some articles because I was censored and banned from Facebook for a week or so, and I got a bit behind, and there was a few things that sort of happened, and I'm trying to catch up. Because it's like, well, I don't want to read that article because then I want to talk about it. So there's a whole bunch of articles I didn't read and stuff I didn't look at because I couldn't make a video and talk about it and have my outlet to rant. But I'm really going to go this time. Thanks. Bye.